This is the part of the video where I say something clever or do something mildly funny in relation to the video subject that I'm about to cover. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Black Magic Craft. I know, what am I doing here? I showed up to work a little early this week. That's for good reason. It's because this week's episode is not just an independent Black Magic Craft video, it's part of a much bigger picture. A bunch of us YouTubers who do videos related to RPGs, not just crafting or train building, but RPGs proper in general, decided to kind of come together to do this little RPG community spotlight where we take a moment to tell our viewers about some of the channels that we watch by other creators that are, in the field of RPG. I'm not going to tell you about the other weird YouTube videos that I may or may not watch. I think this is a pretty cool little thing because I really fundamentally believe in building communities in every, respect. I think the reason that the RPG community, the crafting community online is so strong is because people value community and are so keen to share and highlight other people's work. So this week, I'm going to highlight the work of some other creators that I enjoy and respect. And I want to say a thank you to Cody Lewis from the channel Taking 20 for actually organizing this whole thing. All of our videos are going to release on the same day, today, Tuesday, if you're watching it on release day, which is why this video is early. And it's going to create this cool little feedback loop of people jumping around to other channels, hopefully. So thanks, Cody, for organizing this and for the effort that you're making to build this community. I would talk about Taking 20, but I already have in previous videos, so I hope my viewers are already familiar with that channel. If not, go check out Taking 20. The first channel that I want to bring attention to is 7D System. I expect that a large portion of my viewers are already familiar with the channel The DMG Info. Gareth is one of the pioneering dungeon crafting YouTubers, right up there with DM Scotty from the beginning, making budget terrain, showing you how to do it. What you may not know is that he has actually spent an incredible amount of time and effort creating his own unique RPG system, and he has a channel dedicated to that system. The channel and the system is called 7D System. That's a lot of systems. If any of you have seen the sort of crafting celebrity YouTube game that I was a part of called the Tilvertonians, it was myself, Hankrin Fernnail from Drunkens and Dragons, now called Runehammer, DM Scotty. We played a game hosted by the DMG, by Gareth, using his 7D system. There's one episode up of it. We did the second episode recently. I don't want to spend too much time explaining the game. I'd rather you go check out his channel, check out the website, read about it yourself. But some key things that I would like to highlight about the game: it's a roll one to achieve a success, and you enhance your odds of success by reducing the die type that you are using and by adding more dice to your dice pool to increase your chances of rolling a 1. And I gotta say, it's really exciting to roll for a check or something with only one indicator being a success, rather than going, the target is an 18 and do some math, did I hit it? No, do you see a 1 in your dice tray? You got it. You don't, then you don't got it. And that's really fun. It's also a nice change from other RPGs where a 1 is often a terrible thing to roll. I gotta say, it's a game for a certain type of gamer who enjoys a really intense rule system. I know Gareth is not going to like me saying this because he doesn't want me saying probably that it's a rules heavy game, because that implies something that's not necessarily a good thing. But when I say rules heavy, I just mean that the rules are in depth and they have been well thought out to provide realism to the scenes. There's a lot of detail. They are real detailed. It's a great system for people who like to min-max and really think about what's going on and how that might affect the mechanics. So you want to build your dice pool and you want to increase your odds of rolling success, and you do that because of various variables within the game. In combat, like everything from where you're positioned, what happened last turn, what you're wearing, there's a chart of many different things that can increase your odds of success, and it's up to the player to stack all those and come up with the appropriate dice roll based on those scenarios. So if you're the kind of player that really likes to get in the nitty-gritty of what's going on and the details, this is an excellent system that you should think about trying. And like any new system, if you don't want to go and start playing it, there's a lot of value in just picking up different tidbits of information from that game. So head over to 70 System, check it out. He's also got a whole bunch of other videos that are just more general tips and tricks for RPGs that are, system agnostic. And there's a lot of valuable resources for any DM or player. The next channel that I'd like to highlight is called Questing Beast, and it is hosted and run by a guy named Ben Milton. Now, his channel has very little or nothing to do with terrain building or crafting. His focus is on reviewing RPG books and supplements with a definite kind of focus on old school and independent publishings. Basically, if there is something on DriveThruRPG that you're looking at and you're considering dropping some hard-earned money on, but the little preview on DriveThru is not enough for you to make an opinion about whether or not you should purchase it, check out Questing Beast, because there is a good chance that Ben has already covered it in great detail. And when I say in great detail, I mean it. Ben takes the time to really get into the stuff that he's reviewing, read it, analyze it, and flip through it and explain everything. It's an amazing resource. I don't know if you can find a better RPG supplement review site than Ben's. His delivery is clear and concise and thoughtful. The way I think of Ben and his work is if there was, say, a TED Talk about RPGs or RPG supplements, Ben would be the guy to host that RPG talk. So if you like that sort of, dry, clear, very thoughtful review style, then his channel is going to be right up your alley. Now, not everything he does is a review. He also does focus on some other content, like he does a lot of videos on drawing maps. So I guess that's kind of crafting in a different way. And all around, great channel. He also, like Gareth at the DMG Info, has self-published his own RPG system. It's called Maze Rats. It's free to download through DriveThruRPG, and it is a very condensed, simplified, one-page rule system that is easily picked up and adapted for a quick game. And I mean, why not just at least check it out? I highly recommend Questing Beast to you. Now, the next channel that I want to focus on is one that you're likely to know about if you're a subscriber to Black Magic Craft, but there's a chance that you don't. And either way, it's a matter of respect. I have to shine some light on this channel. And that channel is LOX Crafting Videos, or LOX Armory as he's been going by more recently. He has been doing dungeon crafting longer than I have on YouTube, and he is in no small part one of the reasons that I started this channel. Specifically because when I was considering starting this channel, I watched one of his where he basically said, hey, I'm starting this channel for no reason other than I have some holiday time and why not? And to me, that was really inspiring to just say, you know what, screw it. I make cool stuff, I'm gonna put it on the internet. William, thank you for that. I don't know if you know this or not, but one of your videos was one of the very key reasons to giving me a kick to start the Black Magic Craft YouTube channel. So thank you. Anyway, if you don't know his videos, he does terrain building and dungeon crafting with a heavy focus on tiles. And he's got an interesting difference to the approach than I do. I would say that if you consider the way I do things to be coming at it from an artistic or artisan approach to terrain buildings, the way Wylock approaches it is from the perspective of an engineer. I actually think he may be an engineer. Am I right about that in his day job? I don't know. But he definitely approaches his builds like an engineer. They are mathematically thoughtful. And beyond just the math that makes layout work, it's fundamental to his design. I don't even know how to explain this, but basically he has created a system of dungeon tiles using a 1 1/4 inch grid system that accommodates for wall thicknesses without losing space on the tile for your minis, so that when you do these layouts based on old graph paper maps, it actually works and makes sense. And I gotta say, with my tiles, I have a very hard time replicating maps in modules. It doesn't really work. It's not a huge issue for me because I often am just homebrewing and making my own maps and I'm designing them with the tiles. But if you want to take maps on graph paper, especially old school ones, and convert them into tabletop tiles, his system works far better than mine for that. But here's the thing, I think that my crafts and tiles have a really unique, cool aesthetic, and I really like and prefer the materials that I use to what he uses. But I think for you, the viewer, you have a great opportunity to take the best of what he does and what I do and put them together. And I've seen lots of people do this where they use my materials and crafting techniques, but his measurements, his 1 1/4 grid system with walls, put them together to create what might actually be the best home crafted tiles out there. And if I could go back in time and start all over again, I may probably actually consider just actually using his measurement system instead. It's just I'm so far deep into it and I've created this thing and you guys have all made it, so I'm running with it. But you should check out his videos on tiles and see how he approaches the layout. And of course, just like my channel, he doesn't only focus on dungeon tiles. He's got lots of other cool crafting projects. And another neat thing is that he, as of late, has been focusing a lot on how to build stuff for Warhammer 40K on the cheap or free. If you're interested in getting into playing 40K with your buddies, but you don't want to spend a fortune on models and terrain, he has a lot of videos to show you how to build armies and terrain to play for nothing. Now, you won't be able to take those, homemade models to Games Workshop and play in a tournament. But if you just want to play with some friends at home and you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars to Games Workshop, I highly suggest you check out the videos that he's done on that subject because they are perfect for that. Now, of course, I could go on about many more channels that I enjoy, but I will save those for future TPKs or community spotlights. The links to all of the channels that I mentioned in this video will be down below in the description. I highly recommend you go check them out if you don't know them. Spend some time looking through their library of videos, and of course, check out their RPG Spotlight video that they will have put up the same day this video went up, and see where that leads, because this is a huge world of content. YouTube, it's terrifying how much content is on YouTube, even related to our little hobby. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that the channels I've highlighted bring you some inspiration for your own game. Of course, if you like this video, hit that like button, drop me a comment below. Why not tell me in the comments what channels I should check out? Because maybe I don't know them, and I like watching YouTube videos, so I can never have enough channels to watch. And of course, I gotta say, if you wanna pick up any of the tools or supplies that I use in my regularly scheduled crafting content, head over to blackmagicraft.ca. There I have my essential equipment store with links to everything that I recommend for you. Those links are Amazon affiliate links, and I get a small commission from Amazon for those sales, so it's a great way to help out me and this channel while just shopping for cool stuff for yourself. Another great way that you can support Black Magic Craft And on the subject of community, be part of my favorite little community on the internet, which is the Blackmagic Craft Fellowship. You can do that by pledging to Blackmagic Craft on my Patreon page and becoming a member of the fellowship and my private little Facebook community where we hang out and do lots of cool things. I promise. Until next week, guys, cheers, happy crafting. I hope you have a great game this weekend. And I guess it's not, this time it's not the weekend, it's like Tuesday. So just make it through that work week, guys. Get to the weekend, and I'll see you again next Friday. Cheers.